Hello everyone, theMastaaP here, and today I am just going to be doing a what do you call it? A whole tutorial on how to use Redstone. Just because I felt like it's alright. Now the basics of Redstone, it's a dust. Well, I'm not even gonna go into that. Um, it has a limit. I believe it's like 16 blocks or something, or they may have changed that since the update. No, it doesn't look like they have. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, 15 blocks from the source, so 16 in total. Anyway, this current can either be on or off. If it's off, it won't provide any power to any adjacent blocks to it. When it's on, it will. In this case, it'll turn on this lamp. Or it'll set off this TNT, while it's on. The nice thing about TNT is apparently... Okay, yeah, so TNT won't go off when it's adjacent. That's kind of an obvious thing, but when power's leading into it, it'll go off. Anyway, now a lot of you probably want to do things more interesting than that. So what I'm going to demonstrate right now, I'm just going to build, here I'll use a better material, like stone bricks, why not? Or, no, I can use emerald. I'll use emerald. And is that all the stuff I need? Yeah, that'll be good enough. I'll just take some lime wool for just because. Anyway, what I'm going to show you is a simple light switch that, is one of my designs. It's a very simple system. Basically, it works off this, well, it's not really a glitch in my mind. But anyway, the only other thing I need is, what do you call it? Repeater, there it is. Anyway, I'm just going to go like that. So let's say these are your lights. And that's just a weird little thing about redstone lamps, is you can do that. Normal things you can't, and I'll take out a button. So this is just a very, very simple light switch design that I'm going to show you. It's I use it pretty frequently. So this is just like if you're on a server, you want to have yourself a little light switch, just hit that, and it'll change over every single time. Because when it updates, it basically forces this to let go, and then the other one grabs on. And yeah, so when it's on this side, redstone will travel through the block as long as one of the sides is a repeater. It doesn't matter really as long as it's not just 2 redstone, because 2 redstone, that'll never pass through. But replace either side with a repeater, or both for that matter. And yeah, so that'll always work. Another little fun thing that I like to use is that redstone will pass a signal down to a repeater when there's a block over top of it. Huh. Or apparently it'll just pass it whenever. But that used to be the mechanic for it. Apparently now it's changed. That's going to derp up a few of my things. Yeah, I hate when they update things when I'm not paying attention. But anyway, guys, yeah, I'm flying good. Now I'm just going to show you. Okay, those were just, this is just a simple light switch. Very useful. You can also make loads of things with redstone. There's just like infinite possibilities, basically. So I'm just going to show you. Is it this map, maybe? Let's see. Okay, well, this is just showing you another thing you can do with redstone. This is just a very simple arrow detection system, basically. And it reloads itself anytime you shoot an arrow. So this would be like for a little mini game if you wanted to have like shooting. But here, I'll get into this arrow triggered events. I'll get into those in, is it this map? Nope. I'll show you this map in a moment. I believe it's, yeah, this one. Okay. Alright, good. This was my, you know, I was trying to make a clock. I had a lot of designs, but eventually I just got frustrated, and I haven't worked on the timing for anything since. So, yeah, the clock is still incomplete. And this is just a simple circuit that used to flip exactly every second. I'm not sure if it still does because they changed the timing on Piston updates. But here's all the timing for that. It's just 3 and 1 and 2. Okay. So it's 6. 6 6. One little push. Or not 6 ticks. What am I saying? 4 ticks. But anyway. Or maybe that's 5. I don't remember how it works. I cannot think about that stuff right now because the clock was just infuriating. Anyway. Just going to go over and explain some arrow triggered things. So if you wanted to make a redstone circuit triggered by arrows, here's one way you could do it. This is just another version of the system I just showed you, except that was just like it had a wall. But it's really simple. Basically, if I knock this out, oh god, I got into it. Damn it. Alright, but if I don't get into it and I just... Okay, give me a minute here. If I don't get into it and I just destroy it, as you can see, this is just a really simple... It's a, what do you call it? Detector rail. Yeah. Anyway, and the reason why this isn't linked to this is because when I put it up, I had 2 other pieces of rail that I had right here. I had a piece of rail and right on the other side. So it was linked to those 2 pieces, and then I put up the blocks, and then I just chopped them away. Anyway, getting back to the actual design, it's a really simple thing wherever, since minecarts are only 1/2 block high, you don't want to just like push and mess up your stack of minecarts. So the way these stack, basically, the way I stack them anyway, you just, let me find it, there's that saddle minecart. The way you just load it is, you know, you just push a minecart and that'll stop it and then it'll fall straight from there. So I'm just going to load it with like, I don't know how many minecarts this is, a bunch. And essentially they'll fall into this neat little stack, which I messed up by falling on it. Damn it. But anyway, despite the fact that I totally messed up my own stack for demonstration, what it needs now is to be reset. So I could reset it by simply just hopping on here, because the way this works, basically whenever it's empty, this will push out, and whenever there's something on it, it'll retract. So basically, you know, whenever you shoot it out, it'll just pop out and then go back in. So it'll push out 1 minecart. And this is just my very simple reset. Alright, so yeah, it looks like the reset works perfectly. It's not bugging at the moment. And then you just shoot it, and it'll push out 1 minecart. Very simple. Anyway. Damn it! Try not to get into stuff while I'm demonstrating. Oh, and I'm using my new graphics card now. So as you saw there, you know, I shoot it out, and it just pushes, and then when it detects it, it retracts again. Now here are a couple other methods, and this one uses the brand new tripwires. And this one actually, like the tripwire, is up here. So you may think this system is a bit odd, but you'll see it in a moment. And this is just very simple. nothing to it, just a, what do you call it? A pressure plate. Is that what it's called? Something like that. Pressure plate, yes. Okay, and before, you could not trigger those with an arrow, but now in 1.3 you can. So you shoot an arrow on it, and it, you know, it'll detect, and then it'll send power to the block below it. Or adjacent to it, for that matter. And if you hit the block it's on the upper half, it'll also trigger. This is a fun little fact, which is why this one works. Because, you know, hitting that actual pressure pad is totally possible, but it's a pain in the ass. No, I didn't even hit it there. Now, hitting a tripwire is a much bigger pain in the ass. Now, this, yeah, as you can see right there, completely possible. But from an angle like this, I haven't been able to do it, so I was like, crap, I have to redesign this just so I can make a little demo. So basically this works in the same way this does, where if you hit the top half of the block next to it, well, on the bottom half of it, so just the block right on, well, I mean it's the block that's right under it. The block directly underneath the tripwire, if you hit it on the upper half, it will trigger. So, upper half triggers, and lower half does not. It's real simple, just like nifty thing where people will be like, oh, how did you get it to actually trigger when you just hit part of the block? And yeah, it's just a little glitch. At least I think of it as a glitch. It might just be like, a thing of the programming. Now, a really important thing to talk about are clocks. So, here's a clock. Basically, it just sends a signal and ticks it out, in a sense. This is my attempt at a counter. Does it still work? Apparently it doesn't. Not anymore. Or else, nah, something triggered. Why aren't they moving? Oh, that's right, because they modified the timing on on Pistons, so that won't work anymore. But that used to work back in 1.2.5. But they changed the delay on them so that things aren't as glitchy. And these are my many other clock attempts at making a digital clock, not just like a normal Minecraft clock. And let me just show you, like, this is one of the rotator designs I made. So let me just turn on this clock here, and as you can see, simply just rotates this around. And then whenever a solid block comes up, it will send the signal through. So as you can see out here, it'll just randomly pulse these two out. It might pulse out another one as well. I don't even know. Okay, I have no idea what's going on in this, but it used to work well. Now it doesn't seem like it really works at all. And then here is my double rotator system, which, you know, it had its own faults. Pretty much every design has faults. Or is that still a single rotator? No, that one's still single. I was just compacted a lot. Over here is a triple rotation system, which would have worked perfectly if not for these redstone, basically just the laws of redstone. And I really hate them. So anyway, a piston will take power from an adjacent block. Yeah. And redstone powers any block adjacent to it. So power up. Powered. This one, I don't really agree that it should work, but you know, it makes perfect sense. It's just the one touching the one that's powered. This is just a little piston glitchiness. Does it still happen? No. Okay, they fixed that. No, that's still glitched out as fuck. What? What the? Yeah, okay, this is why this was in here. Is that? No, there's no way to turn these off? Really? Yeah, figures. Oh, that one turned off. Okay. you have to provide a retarded block update to turn them off. So don't use this kind of system because it will glitch up. And here's just power transfer down. If you do redstone to repeater, it will work in any configuration unless you do repeater to repeater or redstone to redstone, obviously. Now going up, it's a bit different if I remember correctly. Yeah, if it's dust to repeater, it won't work. Only if it's repeater to dust, and that's the only configuration that will work, as you can see there. Now here's the interesting thing. Redstone can also go diagonally, which I think is a bit retarded, but whatever. This is titled fucking diagonal power. So if you ever need to provide power in a really weird manner, you can always do this. Just toss a block after a repeater, and it will power any block adjacent. Any adjacent little bit of redstone. Now then. You can also send power diagonally with torches, as long as there's a block on top. So basically, it powers that block, and then that block is adjacent to that one. Basically the same principle as just putting a piece of redstone on top of the block. Except it's on the side. So these all make perfect sense. They are just the reason that my system was wrecked. So, if you want me to do anything in particular for a redstone video, or pretty much any videos, because I know a lot of redstone stuff, and it is really obnoxious. But anyway, ooh, I wonder if my automatic Rubik's Cube solver will still work. Probably not, since they changed the timing on stuff. Yeah, no. Looks like I can't solve any more Rubik's Cubes. Yeah. Nope, they were broken by the piston timing. So, yeah, if you didn't know, in 1.3.1 they updated the timing of pistons, which did break a lot of my, like, timing-related redstone contraptions. Pretty unfortunate in my mind, but, you know, they did it. Nothing you can do anymore. Now then, my other world that I was going to show you seems to be gone, which does bother me. But in the meantime, I will just show you this little doohickey. So this is a simple, well, I'm not quite sure what I would call it because I can't think of the name right now. But, oh, portcullis, yes. Just a simple 3-high portcullis. That relies on a piston updating glitch. That, I mean, it isn't really a glitch since they kept it, and this has been working since late beta, I think. Maybe I'm wrong. But it's pretty simple. You know, 3 up and 3 down. And if you watch it from down here, it looks like it makes perfect sense, but if you try and rebuild it, it would be a pain. I'm just giving you a heads up. Like, I can put up a tutorial for this if you want it, but I just figured I'd show it since I accidentally showed it earlier. So there you go. Saw how it worked, and this was just me playing around with World Edit a bit. And it is super laggy in the center no matter what, or at least it used to be. Let's see if I can cause lag. Yeah, lag spike. I have no idea why it spikes so bad, but it does. Anyway, yeah, it's just me playing around with World Edit. I can do a tutorial on that too, but unfortunately that would be back in 1.2.5. And here's just a little thing. You can open chests with trapdoors. They're considered, or half slabs, pretty much anything that's not a full block or it's a transparent block like glowstone, glass, or leaves. Yeah. Just thought I'd toss that out there since I saw it right there and, you know, I can mention it. So, yeah guys, that's about it for this video. As you could tell, I didn't really have any specific motive for, you know, like what exactly I wanted to be in the video. But anyway, my name is theMastaaP. This has been the Minecraft Guru video. This is just like a pilot to see how people like it, you know, if people like it. So this is just like the basics and some advanced theory in Redstone. If you have any specific ideas you want me to tackle for a tutorial or for like my thinking, other than logic gates, I will happily do it, because in my mind logic gates are stupid. And I mean, not for the obvious reason, you know, they're logic gates, how can they be stupid? But basically most of the time people use them is because they don't really understand what they're doing. They're just like, oh, if I set it up like this, then it'll always work for these types of things, and that makes perfect sense to them, and everything is perfect, and you know, it's perfectly understandable. Basically, what I see in their mind when people use logic gates are they have redstone power going in and some black magic over here, and then it always does this. It's a very predictable form of black magic, these logic gates are. But yeah, I don't know any logic gates, I just use logic. I've also made several locks, but I don't think I have the world save anymore for it. Combination locks and auto-synchronous locks. So yeah guys, if you have any ideas in specific that you want me to tackle, I will happily do them. Just request them down in the comments section. And that's about it guys. See you later.